Go.
All right, Gary, let's get started on your question a lot of people have is how to do, I don't know if you want to share your screen.
Yeah, I'm gonna share my screen, so y'all tell me when you can see it.
Awesome.
Anything yet?
See it yet.
Oh,
there we go. Got it.
Okay. This is my back office. I've logged into my Nikken, and I've actually clicked on the tab of Business Success Suite. Okay, this tab right here. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yes.
And this is the first thing I do when I sign someone up. You know, when they're a new distributor, we want to get them started right. And what I do is I go to this page and I tell them to scroll down to where it says personalized web page. And you see those links right there, web page manager and text editor?
Yes.
I tell them they need to print that 2-page document where it says text editor. Just go ahead and print it out so it'll be in front of them. But open up the web page manager. So this is what the web page manager looks like. Oops, what happened? Okay. This is what the web page manager looks like. And I'm not going to say a lot about this because, you know, they need to go and follow this. I will say this about it. The reason you need to print out that text manager is because the edit my story and edit my favorite is very adaptable. You can create hyperlinks in there, add videos, images. You know, it's almost like building a little web page in there. And that text editor page will show you what all those icons mean when you go over there, and you won't be, you know, overwhelmed. And this is a well thought out, well put together document. You know, they can scroll through there. Not going to say a lot about it, but I am going to say a lot about this right here. Set personal web page username. This is the first thing they need to do. And I don't usually stay on the phone or online with them while they're choosing their name. I tell them this is going to be their name from now on. You're never going to go back and change this. And here's why. Let's say that I chose as my username Wellness Today. And I kept that as my username for a year. And then after a year, I went out and I changed it to Shop Now. Well, every link I've built in the past year is now dead. I've got a year's worth of work that have just fallen off the table, and none of the links work anymore. I'll give it, my personal one is Barnlofter, Barnlofter, Nikken.com/Barnlofter. If I were doing it today, I would probably not name it that. But I did then. Now, if I were to go in there and change it, I do my sales through my blog because I have links in my blog. Well, all those links would be dead. They would no longer work. It would just go to a 404 page where it would say content not available. So I tell them, choose something. Now, some people choose something having to do with the wellness industry, you know, like Well Today or Get Better or whatever. Other people I've seen choose a name more conducive to e-commerce, like Shop Now, Buy Here, something like that. But you have to instill in them the idea that this is not changeable. I was looking on someone's site last week, and I found where they had changed their name 3 times. I found 3 different links where they had gone in there and changed their URL name 3 times. They just did not understand that each time they changed it, all the work prior to what they did is gone. You know, it no longer works. Okay? Super important there, right?
Oh.
Okay?
All right.
Okay.
Good point.
Now, this is what the editor looks like, the page I told you to print up. And again, this is going to be used. This is just a little thing that shows you how to build those 2 pages, that About Me and that Favorites page. You'll use this. It's just a little 2-page thing. And I suggest that they print it up again and just, you know, have it laying in front of them so that when they go in there and they're adapting those 2 pages, it'll be right in front of them. They'll have to keep clicking back and forth. Now, I also tell folks that they need to go to, in their information, we want to send them to the documents library, if this will work. Okay, so we're in the documents library, and in the search bar, we want to do a search on social, S-O-C-I-A-L, okay? And this social media guide right here, and you want to click on it for every new distributor or every distributor that hasn't set up their Facebook page or you know, hasn't set up their PWP yet. And if it will load, tell me when you can see it.
I will.
Okay, this is the Social Media Guide 2015 Nikken. Most of you probably seen it. This is probably replowing the same ground for several of you, but everyone needs to know about how to set up Facebook. Now, this actually goes through and shows you how to set up a personal page. And it also goes through and shows you how to set up a business page. And what I'll do is if I'm building a new page, see there, it's just great the way they've done it. And this is already available to us. And a couple of things I want to point out here, you'll notice that they've got independent Nikken consultant here in the header. And I think that that's very important. You have to identify yourself as an independent Nikken consultant. So you're either going to have to do that in the header or you're going to have to do that in every post that you make that takes you back to your Nikken page. Now, when I'm doing a new page, I will open this up. I'm talking about within Facebook to this right here, just so it will tell me what size in pixels that I need for each image to be. And again, if I'm in Facebook and I'm setting up a page, I'm going to pull up this just to remind me what sizes the images need to be when I set it up. Now, I'm going to slip over to my Facebook page if the computer will allow me.
Gary.
Yeah.
When we're doing that and it says Nikken consultant,
yeah,
where do we put in the different names of our website? Of our social media.
Of your personal web page? Okay.
Go ahead.
She sent out a video that Janet Robinson and I did.
Yeah.
On how to post on Facebook properly. I see people all the time that are just sharing posts that were done by the, Nikken international homepage, and they don't have any links back to their own personal web page. Or I will post something on Facebook with a link back to my personal web page, and they will share that post. Well, I love them to death for sharing it, but, you know, they're not building their business, they're building mine. Because if somebody clicks on that, they're going to go to my page in order and not theirs. So I'm not going to cover a lot of that today because, you know, there's that video and I've gotten some pretty good feedback from that. It's, you know, goes through and shows you how to do that.
Right.
When you create a page, it's going to ask you for your link back to your home page, and you can actually put a button at the top that says shop now or buy here or whatever you want it to say. And that's where you will attach the link back to your personal web page. But every time you do a post, you should set it up in a way so that if they click the image, it'll go straight back to your personal web page. I see people posting all the time and they don't give anybody a way onto their their catalog. Well, there's no reason of posting it. I mean, people are not going to look how to get to your catalog. They're not going to spend a lot of time because, you know, the next one's talking about, you know, the largest collection of ping pong balls in the world. So, you know, they're distracted by some other post. So unless you got it quick and easy for them to get back to your page, they're not going to do it. They're just going to go on to the next one. One thing I want to say about pages, there's a erroneous thing. People think that they can only have one page, but I'll show you. Can you see my Facebook page, by the way?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I know my computer's running slow because of the bandwidth, but I actually have 6 pages, 6 different pages, and here they are. This is all 6 of my pages that I have created. Now, I can't tell you that you can create unlimited pages, but I can tell you you can create 6 pages. Here's one, beyondthepaleodiet.com, which is a web page or a Facebook page I created to market to the people that are interested in paleo diet. Here's one, Healing Nation. This is the one I'm going to go to, okay? And this is the one I created. I did a little talk in Hiawassee a few weeks ago, and I created this page a few weeks. Actually, I had this page created years ago and just wasn't using it. I created this page to run some trials on just to see how they were, you know, so I could share the results with the crowd. You notice I just found an image that I liked on Google, and then I just added Nikken Independent Consultant to the image. Now, I know Nikken already has some images set up in your image library in your My Nikken that you can use. But, you know, I'm not a real artsy guy, but I thought, you know, I don't want to use a cookie cutter when I want something a little different. I came up with this, not saying there's anything wrong with using those, but, you know, I wanted something just a little bit different. And for my image, I downloaded a blue flower so that if anybody was looking for it, I just say, well, search Healing Nation and then look for the blue flower. Now, remember when you first got into Nikken, everybody was talking about you got to build your list and how important your list was. Your business was going to be dependent on your list. You know, it used to be a 100-name list. Well, nothing has changed. That list is still of paramount importance. For instance, I have a customer list. I have many lists. I have a customer list. I've got 1,000 names on it. So I can market to that 1,000-name list because they've already bought products from me. Well, the same is true on this page. This is another list that I have. See these likes right here? These are people that saw a post that I did and liked the post. And I'll show you in just a minute. And you can actually go in and you can market just to the people that liked your post. Now I talked to someone yesterday, you know, and they had 50 likes and said, oh, should I market to my likes? And I said, no, not yet. You know, 50 people is not a big enough pool of people to market to. But, you know, once you get up 1,000 people or more, then yes, you should start marketing to the people that liked your page. Obviously, they like something about your page. Also, when you build a page, don't make it all about Nikken. You know, you have to provide value to the person. I don't want the person coming to this page to just see advertisements for Nikken. They're going to be turned off. They're not going to like the page, and they're going to leave my page. So when I get them there, I want to do something to keep them there. Now, see this Shop Now page? And I think Dr. Rose asked about this. This actually takes them straight to my personal web page. And you can add that to any business page that you create. You cannot add it to your business page. I'm sorry, your personal page. So if I come down through here, you see the first one is widely used heartburn drugs linked to dementia. You know, they've shown that, you know, taking Prilosec and all those other drugs for heartburn actually causes the early onset of dementia. I mean, you know, who wants to take heartburn medicine when there's an alternative in our lactoferrin gold, right? And then here's one, the 10 best healing herbs, or as we say in the South, herbs. But, you know, this has absolutely nothing to do with Nikken. And then here you have a page, the absolute best recipe for optimal bone health. So if someone goes and they were to click on that link, and I'm not going to do it because of this use, you know, that's going to slow the computer down, it will take them back to my bone health page in my Nikken. Now, I put this up just as a trial run, okay? And what I did was I boosted this post. Now, by boosting the post, that means that I paid everybody that clicked on this post in a boost. Have you ever noticed those when you look at your feeds within your personal page, you'll occasionally see one and it'll say sponsored at the top of the post? Well, those are posts that people boosted. Okay, in other words, they targeted an audience with that. So let's look at the results in this one boost or one page that I boosted. Maybe. Sorry, folks, when I'm on Zoom. Okay, so I spent $30 boosting this post a couple of weeks ago. So,
Bless you.
What are the results of that? It showed up on 6,557 people's news feeds. And I had 256 actions. It cost me $30. I had 209 people click the link and took them back to my personal webpage to look at what my bone health solution would be. Okay? 209 people cost me $30. I had 11 page likes. Now, that is so important because that right there, that's 11 people that I added to my prospect list. In other words, 11 people that added to my page likes. And I had 17 people to do my post. Now, what were the results of this? Did I sell any products? I sold one bone health pack. And you can figure out I make about 40% on everything that I do because I'm silver and above. So, you know, I more than broke even on this. So this was a profitable post. This was a profitable boost. Now, let's talk about how you boost. In AdWords, like Google, if you go into Google and you pay on clicks based on what search term someone used. But in social media, you actually target particular audiences. So when I boosted this post, I stopped this post being boosted on February 11th, I targeted people between the ages of 25 and 65 that were female, that were interested in alternative medicine, that were located in the United States and Canada. And of course, I had to have a credit card on file as far as how I'm going to pay them. But this gives you even more information than that. So if I click on the people tab here, you can see that 107 of those people that out of that 256 were between the ages of 55 and 64. Wow. You know, you can see. So what I would do, what I would glean from this is I need to be better at targeting my audiences. Obviously, instead of targeting people from 25 up, I should be targeting people from 45 up because it's the most productive for me. You see? And also, I can click on countries. And you can see that 88.3% of the people that came to this page were from Canada and only 11% were from the United States. You know, that's pretty interesting, isn't it? So, you know, it shows me that people in Canada are more concerned about their bone health than in the United States. But interestingly enough, the one order that I got was from the United States and not from Canada. So, but even if I hadn't got an order, even if I hadn't made any money on it, those people that liked my page went on my prospect list. And building your prospect list is what's important. You should have many different prospect lists. Not only like I've got a list of people that like this particular page, Healing Nation. I've got a different list for BeyondThePaleoDiet.com, a different list for Alternative Solutions, on and on and on and on. And each of those represents a list of potential customers or potential business builders. And that's how you build it. Now, if I wanted to, I could come here and I could do this, which is, let me see if I can find it. Let's say I wanted to add budget. In other words, I wanted to run this again. Sorry. Now, I could go in here, and I didn't mean to add that budget, but I did, didn't I? And I can reset my targeting. You see that tab right there? Now, what I can do here is, you see the choices, people who like your page. Once I get 1,000 likes, I can just start targeting those people that liked my page, and instead of targeting people that liked a certain subject. Like, let's say if I were going to sell the shoe insoles to golfers, I could target people that like golf. Or if I was going to target fast pitch girls softball players, I could target that group. You know, it's all about targeting the audience. And once you get very good of targeting the audience, these will be profitable for you. In other words, once you get them set up, they'll be turning out orders for you. I know I put one up on the MagFlex, and I targeted people with back pain. And I sold 6 MagFlexes in a week. 6. Yay. I mean, is that outrageous?
It's good.
So I'm going to pause this, and I tell you why. I don't run any paid advertising unless I'm doing a little talk, you know, and I'll do it just so I can share the results of what happens. All my sales come through my website, which is GaryMBolton.com. It's a little blog site that I started a few years ago when I posted about Nikken products, and I have links going from my blog site back to my personal web page. Blog sites are great. They're a little slower about getting started. I know most of you have heard of Nadine Staff. She's like me. She does not do any paid advertising. She just does her blog site. Also, there's a lot of them out there. Wayne Woodworth drives his traffic through his blog site. He also has a great website called GetWealthyInWellness.com. And on that site, it's a site just devoted to teaching people how to blog using the Nikken products. And I recommend that to everyone if they're interested in blogging. I think everyone should be blogging simply because it's free or relatively free. Of course, you have to have web hosting, and which costs you about, I don't know, $70 a year, and then you have to register the name of your website, which is $11. It cost me $11 a year to keep GaryMBolton.com. But everyone should be doing that if they're interested in writing. But that's just one part of what I do to drive traffic to my site. It's all about clicks. Being successful online is all about clicks. And there is an unlimited way of getting clicks. If you want to pass out business cards that has the link back to your website, great. If you want to do it through emailing, great sending out your site. If you want to do it through comments in forums, if you want to do it through article submissions, if you want to do it through press releases, there is videos on YouTube. If I get to talking about it, I'll just keep on and on and on and on mentioning ways to drive traffic. This is just one way. Okay, I got this text last night. Let me share this text with you. I got it from Esther Smith. I know y'all seen Esther's name on the top 10 as far as retailers for the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. She's on my team, and she texted me last night, and I didn't get it till this morning, and she said, been working with Ashley today. She sold $576 retail today. Okay, how would you like to have a brand? What?
Your mic is going in and out for some reason.
Well,
yes.
Did you hear the text? Or
No.
The message from Esther said, been working with Ashley today. She sold $576 retail today. That's a brand new direct sign up that's in on Esther's team. So why did she sell $576 yesterday? And most people in Nikken, it takes them a while to start. Well, the reason is we started 3 years ago focusing on retail. So everybody we bring in, when they ask us what we do, we tell them we're in sales. We retail Nikken products. You sell them to people that have a need. So we never start off by saying, oh, you need to sign up all your family and friends and come into the business. So when you start someone off with the simplicity of, well, you're in sales now and you get paid on everything you sell, then they don't have any expectations of going out and sharing the business opportunity. They just go out and share the products and do the product presentations and talk about what the products can do for the individual with a need, and the people buy the products. We don't confuse them with the fact that there's also a business attached to this. Now, if someone comes up and asks about the business opportunity, sure, we're always interested in finding great people to sell Nikken products. You usually the way they'll usually broach the subject is they'll say, well, are you making any money at this? And you say, well, yeah, I make money at this. I'm not out here, just for my good looks. I'm out here to sell products. So, because we start them out that way, by them realizing that they are a sales force, then, they go out and sell, and they're not confused about what their goal is. And a Facebook post on your web page like this, your business page is all about just driving traffic back to your PWP so that they can order it. Now, I've had several people say, oh my gosh, how long did it take you to build that picture right there? Huh? I bet I've had 20 people ask me. And I said, well, yeah, it took me about 2 minutes. I searched bone health in Google, and I clicked on the images tab, and I went through 3 pages, and I found this image right here. And I downloaded it to my computer, and then I re-uploaded it into this ad. If I scroll on down the page, again, I'm offering content. Here's one about ibuprofen killing people. Did y'all know that?
Mm-hmm.
Here's one about sniffing rosemary can increase your memory by 75%. This particular article has changed my daily activity. I have rosemary plants in the yard, and I go out there every day, and I'll snip off a tip of it. I'll smell it, and then I'll stick it in my pocket, and I'll take it out several times a day and sniff it because it's shown to increase memory by 75%. Holy cow, I want that. Don't you? Okay, and then if I keep scrolling down, well, the computer's really slowing up. So here's one about earthing, okay? And here's one about osteoporosis. And then look at that. Now, I put this up in Hiawassee when we did the call over there, and I boosted this post and I spent $5 on it, and it brought in one sale, 259 PV.
Yay.
Now, I do get the questions from time to time. You know, we're limited in what we can do as far as images is concerned. If you go into your documents library and you read up on the advertising compliance department, you're only supposed to use images that are Nikken images. And somebody pointed out to me, well, this is not a Nikken image, but it is. You see this jar right here? This is a Nikken certified image. And this one right here is the same thing, just a smaller one. It's just the background is different. Now, could they say something to me about this? Probably. But my argument would be, well, I am using the Nikken images. It's just I laid it over the top of something. Well, I didn't actually lay it over the top of anything. I went into Google and I found this image and I used it. I operate under, as far as these images and such as that, there's no harm, no foul here. And I think it's a lot easier to get forgiveness than it is permission. So, you know, I go ahead and use it. Now, if they come down on me, I'll change the way I do things.
But your
you know,
your intention is to get out the message and be attractive in the message.
That's right.
And
that's right. So I know that's a lot of information in a real short period of time. Is any questions about any of that?
Can't hear you, Gary.
I said that's a lot of information in a short period of time. I don't know if there's any questions about that.
Well, Gary, what I feel that you've done here is people reviewing that video, this has built on that. And I think you just gave us more meat. I personally, one that would usually go like this when it came to social media and technology, and I would, you know, defer it.
Yeah.
I realized that, you know, I'm so passionate about that, and I can't delegate that out. And you've made it palpable, you know, ready for me to take it in and want to do this and do it with ease. You take 15 minutes in a day to put up an ad, and, you know, you've got huge potential to build every day. You know, that goes back to what we've known in no matter what we do, consistent, persistent steps, you know, carrying out a worthy idea, you're going to get results.
Well, two, if when you find one of these boosted posts that works, in other words, you're spending, let's say, $10 a day, and it's bringing you in $15 a day in sale, in income, okay, then you've got an oil well. You just put that baby up on the shelf, right? And you just keep spending that $5 or $10 a day to pump out those results. And that thing is working when you're sleeping, you know, when you're on vacation, when you're at the pool, it's working constantly. And there's no maintenance to do other than to go in and make sure it's still profitable. Now, when you first start, there's going to be this cumulative effect that happens. I'll give you an example. I put up a post on the waterfall, and I spent, I think it was like $90, something like that, on the waterfall. I sold 2 waterfalls. That made the whole post profitable. But what I thought was interesting is I had 95 people to share that post to their page. That's 95 people that put my advertising out there for free. So now again, I have no ads running. I have no post boosted. But imagine if I kept that post running constantly, even if it was just $5 or $10 a day, then I would be constantly having people to share the post to their friends list. I'd be constantly having people liking my page, which is just adding to my prospects list on this particular page. So there's a cumulative effect that happens in that, you know, it will grow over time. So somebody says, well, I posted a ad and I spent $5 and I didn't sell anything. I said, well, did you get any likes? They said, oh yeah, I got 5 likes. I said, okay, well, that's progress. Did you have any shares? Yeah, I had 1 share. Okay, that's great too. Would you have paid $5 to got them those likes and that share? I mean, was it worth it to you? I mean, the biggest cost we have is customer acquisition. So, you know, you've already added people to your list, and you've already had more people see it simply because somebody shared it.
That's right. That's right. Well, I just want to say thank you, Patricia, Gary, and for all on this call, and for the fact that we're going to be able to, you know, go over this again. You know, there was a lot of information, and I know I myself, I'm going to share it with my daughter who is helping me with social media, but, you know, we're going to go over it together and really break it down. Go to something you mentioned on that first YouTube, go to the Europe website, you know, play around with this, make it familiar, not foreign, and build your list. And before you know it, you're going to have many lists and many people. And just think about helping one person today and make that a goal for every day. So I just want to say God bless you all, and I'm honored to be amongst all of you. Thank you, and have a very, very blessed day.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.